we are going to see about the general writing task 1. Okay, this is the next sector, which is general training. And you get task 1. So first we are going to deal with formal letters. And I'm going to read out a question, and I'm going to help you with the main points that you need to cover when it comes to these formal letters. Okay? The question goes like this. You are disturbed by the rubbish and litter problem in your area and street. Write a letter to the local council. In your letter, describe the situation, inform them about the possible consequences, give some suggestions to solve the problem. Okay? So as you all know, we definitely start the letter with Dear Sir. You always, this is called salutation. Okay? So you begin the letter with Dear Sir. It was actually respected sir, but these days Dear Sir, Dear Madam is also okay. Next, you introduce yourself. What is your name? Introduce yourself. Give your name and your address, if required. Now, since this question talks about littering of rubbish in your area, then address is mandatory to be mentioned here. Even otherwise, in your sender's address, you will definitely have the address. But since you're going to talk about your area in specific, it's mandatory to mention it here in the content. Okay, so here, yes. My name is Thakkar. I live in apartment 27, Cross Street. So, introduce yourself, given your address also. Next, you're going to mention the purpose. Why are you writing this letter? The reason, the purpose of writing this letter. I am writing this letter to complain about the garbage problem in my street. So you've mentioned your issue. Now you are going to give more information about it. First, you have mentioned the purpose and give the information in detail. The information in detail. There is a public garden near the street which is visited by all sorts of people. They often throw litter there, and this waste is then brought to the garbage bin of our street. In this process, some litter spreads to the nearby area also. To make matters worse, the council's rubbish collection van comes only twice a week. Okay, so you have mentioned your problems. This collected waste attracts numerous insects and rodents, which are a great threat to our health. Moreover, the rubbish spreads a foul odor in the air which disturbs us endlessly. Okay, so you've mentioned all your problems that you face. So this actually would be a bit detailed. Okay, it cannot be in 1 or 2 lines. It has to be in detail. You need to mention all the problems that you've been facing. Right? Next, you are going to give some suggestions or requests. So it can be suggestion or request. I think the council should keep an extra garbage bin near the garden so that the litter does not spread across the street. Next, the collection of rubbish should be done daily. I strongly assert that this problem must be addressed at the earliest. So you've mentioned your issue, you've given suggestions and requests, and you also reinforce. You are reminding the authority again. I strongly assert that this problem must be addressed at the earliest. I am also sending a copy of this letter to the local newspaper. So that's an extra information. And how do you finish the letter? Yours faithfully. And then you write your name, Tucker. So you should keep in mind that when it's a complaint letter, your letter contains all these things beginning from the salutation, introducing yourself, mentioning the purpose of writing the letter, giving the information in detail, giving your own suggestions and requests, reinforcing your point, and finally closing your letter. This is called subscription, yours faithfully, and writing your name.